Everybody, welcome to our conversation class today. Today is Friday, May 16th, and I'm going to have an advanced conversation class today about space exploration. We've had some current events recently related to space, and I wanted to discuss that. So, my friends, I have the QR code here. Please join us on Zoom. You are welcome to watch on YouTube always. But joining on Zoom, you can practice your conversation skills. So please join us on Zoom. We have friends waiting and they're ready to join us, so we'll let them in just a minute here. And so please, again, we'll have this later, but scan the QR code and join us on Zoom. All right, so we're gonna let everybody in. All right, let's see who's here today. Hey Yogesh. Hello Sujal, Haraya, how are you?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hello, hello. Let's see. Hi Omar, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hi Larissa, how are you? All right, my friends. We're letting some people in. We're waiting for our friends to join. You guys, it's Friday. How are you? Are you happy it's Friday? I am. It is a little bit warmer today in Boston. It's not so warm yet, but it will be later. And we don't have any big holidays this weekend. Last weekend was Mother's Day, so it's more of a calm weekend. Do you guys have plans for the weekend? What will you do? Anything special?
Boring.
Boring, just stay home, just relax, chill.
Don't relax. Study.
Yes, true. That is so boring and not relaxing either. You need a relaxing weekend, Yogesh, sometime in your future. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? Hi, Bruna. Hello, my dears.
Hi,
How are
Mr.
you
Alien.
guys?
Are you okay today?
I am. I'm good. I was saying it's Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
The last
Definitely.
day
Yes.
and working?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. The weekend is almost here. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. All right, my friends. Hey, Cassia, how are you?
Hello, good, and you?
Hello. Good. I'm so glad to see you guys here today, my friends. Today, what I want to talk about is space. I love talking about space. But the other day, back on Wednesday, when I was subbing for Marcelo's class, we were talking about current events. And one of our students that joined, Ja, she brought up a current event that there was some recent life discovered on a faraway star. And I wanted to learn more about that. And then I also was thinking about, remember when Katy Perry went to space recently? So I wanted to talk about space exploration, really. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is going to space. Do we believe there is life on another planet? All these kinds of topics related to life outside of Earth. So do you guys believe, this is my first big question, do you believe there is life outside of Earth?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Mara, how
Are you
are
okay?
you?
Yes, I believe there is life, like in another planet,
Yeah,
because I think like we are so used to say, "Oh, there's only humans in the Earth,"
yeah.
but like the galaxy is like giant. There
Yes.
are so many places we have no clue how big it is. So I believe if there is life in another planet, we just don't know yet.
Very good, Mara. I like that. And you used a great vocabulary word, galaxy. I love that. Galaxy. That's a great word. All right. Yogesh, go ahead. What do you think?
I think we as a humans have not explored every living creature who is living in Earth. So
Mm-hmm.
there are other possibilities as well which we are not aware aware of.
Yeah.
So our chances that there is any life outside of this planet, not planet,
Definitely.
universe.
I agree. I agree. Oh, thank you, Yogesh. Awesome. Huraya, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe there must be life on other planets because the universe is so incredibly vast. There are more stars than grains of sand on Earth, but so many planets out there, it's hard to imagine we're the only ones. And if life can start here, why not somewhere else? It makes you wonder what kinds of beings might be looking back at us right now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. I know. It's so interesting to think about. And we can, in a little while, get into even science fiction movies that kind of almost predict the future or show us what the future would be like. Okay. Anyone else? Do you think there is life outside of Earth?
Teacher, I don't know about this, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe that exists uh, some microorganisms make,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but live, I don't believe. Live,
Ah, I see.
my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Definitely. So, Bruna thinks that there are microorganisms and things like that, bacteria, etc., but like life like a human, maybe not. I hear you.
Um,
Oh, let's see. Something similar to
There are
human life in the future.
aliens, yeah, outside the Earth, and
Mm-hmm.
there aliens plans that flying in the Earth.
Yeah,
Many of people saw this plans. So
definitely.
I think so.
Okay, thank you, Omar. Definitely, I hear you. Anyone else? What do you think? Is there life outside of Earth? I didn't use the word alien specifically because we know alien is, again, more science fiction and also like not a human creature. And it's a lot of times not accurate to what we think is actually out there. But that's why I chose the word life in general. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that event that happened recently. So I have here, oh, actually, I'm sorry. Before I talk about the event, I have one more question. My question is, do you believe space exploration is worth the money, the cost? Do you
No.
think we should continue? No, tell me, Omar. Tell me why. I want to know.
I think there's many things have many things important than
Mm-hmm.
exploration,
Mm-hmm.
like explore the sea and the oceans.
Yeah, definitely. So let's explore the planet more before we explore beyond. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Mara, go ahead.
I think so. I think it's nice, like to explore other like planets and
Mm-hmm.
other to see what's up there. Like it's so interesting to me. I think it's also very nice to explore
Yeah.
the sea and the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just know about other planets
Yeah.
because we have the chance to go there.
Yep.
So I think it's very, very important. But I
Mm.
agree we should um, invest also in searching the seas because
Mm-hmm.
like I think we know more about the other planets than the
Yes,
we have here on Earth.
exactly.
So I think
I,
both are important.
yeah. I've heard that too, that the space exploration has really been more than the ocean exploration. We know more about outside than inside.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think it's also very hard to explore the ocean. It's so amazing to
Yeah.
me. It's very nice.
Oh, that's so nice, Mata. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yogesh, you can go ahead.
In my opinion, we should invest more in space exploration
Mm-hmm.
because, as we can see, global warming is rising at a very fast pace, and there are many other problems as well which might not be good for human beings.
Yeah.
And for that, we should prepare ourselves and we should
Mm-hmm.
find a habitual planet or yeah, planet only so that if in case of that urgency if we have to move
Yeah,
then we should backup plan, yeah, backup plan or planet.
definitely.
So investing is worth in space exploration.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. I think that we always see in movies, oh, the Earth. I remember watching the movie Wall-E. Did you guys see the movie Wall-E? And thinking that the Earth will eventually be unlivable for people. Or I even think of the movie, one of my favorite movies is the movie Blade Runner. It's a very interesting movie. And the idea in Blade Runner is that Earth is where the poor people live and the rich people can move to another planet. So space exploration to see if we can go to another planet has been talked about since they started going to space. Definitely. Definitely. Mariah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that space exploration is totally worth the money because it pushes human knowledge forward, inspires new technology, and could help us find solution to many problems on Earth,
Hmm.
like resources or even a backup home for humanity. Investing in space is like investing in our future.
Yeah,
Life.
definitely. Definitely. I think so. I think it's really important to think about our future that we will have. Yes. Okay, so a lot of us believe that space exploration is worth it, but also some of us believe that we should really also explore more of Earth. I agree. I hear you. And I love that you guys are using phrases like, in my opinion, I agree. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so
So,
let's
what
talk.
is your opinion, Mrs. Ellen?
Ooh, my opinion. Good
Yeah.
question. I think that I agree with most of the points that you guys have here, with all of them. I understand everybody's point of view as well. I think that we definitely need to care about Earth still. Like, that should never stop. But I do think it is important to see what else could be out there. And that
But it spends a lot of money.
it does,
Like
it does.
billion. Yeah.
We should prioritize Earth over space in terms of the spending, so that therefore we can still spend a little bit for space, but most of it should go for Earth, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you, Amar. Good question. Good question. So, my friends, let me talk about this current event for a moment. I have a couple slides here, but I have a link too if you want to see. It's on the BBC with this headline. Scientists find strongest evidence yet of life on a distant planet. Okay, it doesn't mean that there are humans walking around and like us here on Earth, but they found something. And we've talked about before, is there life on Mars, for example, because they've seen kind of water pathways. And if there's water, there could be life. So, have you guys ever heard of the James Webb telescope? What is a telescope?
Yeah. What? But not. It was.
The instrument for
It is
see others
Yeah.
galaxies, see along afar. I
Yes.
don't know.
No, you got it. You got it. Don't worry. To
Yeah.
see far away, to see far,
Yes.
or a long distance. You could say that too.
Exactly.
Exactly. I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, a telescope is, we can have something small at home to see the moon, and they can have a massive, massive piece of technology called the James Webb Telescope. And there was another one before. There's a newer one, another one that I know that's so popular too. And they used this telescope and they found possible signs of life, possible, on exoplanet. So this is also a good time to kind of practice suffix and prefix. Endo, inside, exo, outside. Exoplanet K2-18b, because these planets have there's so many planets that they just have a number and a name. So they found possible signs of life using the telescope on this planet because they could detect gases that we have here on Earth that are only made by living organisms. So this gas is produced by a living organism. And if they found this gas on another planet, they didn't find life, but they found something that shows a sign of life, in a sense. But 100% more research is needed. But again, that costs more money. So we can talk about that. So that's the big thing that it was brought to my attention in class on Wednesday. We're talking about current events, and a student brought this as a current event. And I said, oh, that's so cool. I want to know more. So I have 2 questions for you guys that we can talk about. What could it mean if we find signs of life on another planet? We found the gas. Amazing. What if we keep researching and find more? What could happen? And then my second question that we can discuss, what are the possible risks of making contact with life, if possible, from another planet? So let's talk about that over here, my friends. What could it mean if we find signs of life on another planet? What do you think can happen?
We need to learn another language to communicate.
Probably. Probably. Did you guys watch the movie Arrival? Such a good movie. Oh,
Yeah.
You should if you haven't. And it's on that topic of learning a new language if there's alien life. Yeah, super cool. So maybe we have to learn a new language or a new culture, maybe. Yeah. Mara, go ahead.
I think it's gonna be so different,
Yeah.
like to meet other lives, like other forms of life.
Uh-huh.
I think it can be very interesting, but it also can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
They have, if the next life we find, they have, they can bring, like with the encounter of our lives and their lives, maybe they can pass something to us,
Yeah.
like a kind of disease or something, because
Yeah.
it's a different type of life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's definitely something to consider is biological diseases or something like that. 100%. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Anyone else? What do you think will happen if we found signs of life?
As far as I know, don't exist live in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Live woman live, for example.
Yeah.
But I think that gas maybe unknown microorganisms
Uh-huh.
that unknown risks
Yes.
for us. I think that's it.
Yeah. So it's probably not a human life, but it's an organism that maybe doesn't give us a big risk and doesn't change a lot. Potentially. Okay. Rebecca, you're muted. I'm sorry. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I do believe that when with this possibility to discover some alien life in a in a hospital place,
Mhm.
it is a possibility to try to discover how this life is able to survive.
Yeah.
So, for example, we can research about life on desert or maybe stormy islands, really um, isolated, and for example, Antarctica.
Yeah.
So some places that we don't have a lot of life.
Exactly.
So how it is possible? There is a possibility.
Exactly. And maybe we can also learn more about our own life and our own planet from this. When we research it more and we learn more about how they can survive, how these organisms survive, we can maybe learn about our own environment as well. Definitely. Sumit, go ahead.
If we ever find life on another planet, I think it would be really big deal.
Yeah, I agree.
It would it would mean we are not alone in the universe,
Yep.
and that's kind of mind blowing. It might also help us understand how life actually begins,
Yes,
and
exactly.
whether it could exist in a places totally different from Earth. It would be definitely change the way we see ourselves and the universe.
Yeah, definitely. It would tell us you're not alone. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, Haraya, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that if we find signs of life on another planet, it might not be exciting. It might be a warning. What if that life was destroyed by something we don't understand? Or worse, what if they are still out there watching us by a telescope? They might
Mhm.
rule us,
Yeah.
or like that's creepy.
Uh-huh. Definitely. We've seen that in movies a lot where we meet other life and they're trying to take over our planet. Oh yeah, the battle, like Star Wars. Definitely. Rustine, go ahead.
Thank you. So it depends, in my opinion, what kind of life are we talking about? So
Yes.
there are definitely some sort of bacteria on other planets,
Yeah.
but I don't think that there are intelligent form of life out there.
Mm.
Because in cases of philosophy or religious factors, they said that human mankind is the best creation of the God.
Mm-hmm. Very
It depends.
interesting. I like that you use the phrase intelligent life. That's a great phrase as well. Human life, intelligent life is not the exact same as a microorganism that's discovered. I hear you. Amazing. You guys have great thoughts today. I love this. So, anybody else want to share? What would it be like if we found life on another planet? If it was like, wow, we found life. I got to hear from most of us, which was amazing. Okay, so then I'll ask you guys my next question here, the second question we had. What are the possible risks of making contact with life forms from another planet? What do we
I think
think?
we will go with wars with them
Mm-hmm. Possible.
because for sure we will go in misunderstanding with them and we will fight them.
Yeah, like we see in the movies, I get it
Wars
exactly.
in the planet
Yeah.
and wars out of the
Oh, that would
planet.
be so bad. That's great. I hear you. I hear you. We if it was intelligent life that we could make contact with, and actually contact, if they spoke the same language, that would be helpful. If they don't, maybe we'll cause some problems. And we've seen how in the past, in history, wars started because people couldn't communicate. And still today, definitely. Any other risks that could happen with contacting this life?
Colonization?
Colonization. Colonization. Yeah. Good word. Good word.
Yes.
Colonization. Can you explain what that is? To colonize?
When someone take over you and make you work as they want.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of that in history with, for example, the British Empire and colonialism. In Brazil, the reason they speak Portuguese in Brazil is because Portugal colonized part of Brazil. So things like that where it's really affected today things. Very interesting. Okay, Horaya, go ahead.
I think making contact with outer space creatures could be deadly. They might invade, spread alien viruses, or see us as weak and try to wipe us out. Our friendly message could become a signal of destruction once they know we exist.
That's possible. They could think that we were weak, depending on what kind of life they are. It's scary. I hear you. Okay, so there's that. But then there's also another thing that happened in the news that I want to talk to you guys about. Did you guys see Katy Perry go to space? Like last month in April, Katy Perry, the singer, the American singer, and some other celebrities went to space. That has caused a lot of controversy here in the US at least, because so many people around the world are struggling. There's war, there's fighting, there's so many things. And celebrities are going to space for fun. And it's not for to explore a life on another planet. It's not to find a cure for cancer. It's just for 11 minutes in space and billions of dollars. So I wanted to get people's opinions about that too. So the story here, I have a couple slides. Blue Origin's most recent New Shepard mission, that's what they called the mission, New Shepard 31, the 31st mission, launched on April 14th, so about a month ago, marking a historic milestone as the first all-female crew spaceflight since 1963. So it's been a very long time, at least for the US, since we've had an all-female flight to space. The 6-member crew, there were 6 members of the crew. They had Katy Perry, a journalist, Gayle King. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Gayle King, but she is a popular journalist in the United States, as well as talk show Oprah's best friend. An aerospace engineer, so an actual astronaut, Aisha Bowe, civil rights activist Amanda Yen, and film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and pilot and journalist Lauren Sanchez. So there were 6 women on this space flight. That's the first thing. The mission lasted approximately 11 minutes, during which the crew experienced 3 minutes of weightlessness or zero gravity after crossing the Kármán line, the internationally recognized boundary of space. The capsule safely returned to Earth, landing in the West Texas desert. So this, maybe you saw a lot of videos. There's also a kind of a meme that's been going around because Katy Perry was holding a little daisy. Her daughter with Orlando Bloom is named Daisy. And she was holding a flower, like so happy in space. And it was just so crazy to see that compared to what's happening in the world with war, famine, etc. And so it kind of became a meme of like rich people doing rich things. So I wanted to ask you guys about that. I have two questions here. Some critics, what's a critic? Let me ask you guys, what is a critic? When I say some critics, what is a critic? Do we know?
when they give when they give their opinion about something about
Mm-hmm.
someone else.
Yeah, so giving your opinion, and sometimes it could be your professional opinion. Mm-hmm. And to give a critique to someone is to tell them things that they did well or that they could improve on. So some critics, some people giving their opinion, argue that space tourism is an extravagant use of resources. We're using too much money, time, fuel, etc. What is your opinion about this? When we have celebrities going to space, I, of course, have my opinion and it's kind of clear. But what is your opinion about celebrities or space tourism? Let's talk.
I think like celebrities going to discover other planets like in the
Mm-hmm.
galaxy. I think that is a waste of money. Like we could have been doing something else with all of this money, like talking about billions. Stop
Yep.
um, we could stop wars because
Mm-hmm.
wars happening in the whole world. We could use this money to make something better. But to exploring like astronauts
Yeah.
or scientists to go explore, I think that's very nice.
Yeah.
But like not for going just traveling and being I'm gonna go.
Exactly.
I think that's a waste of money.
Yep.
But I also think I don't know if I'm wrong, but I also think
It's your opinion.
like
It's okay.
it's it was they were talking a lot because it was a group of women, right?
Yes, exactly. That's the other thing is it's
And
celebrity, it's women and it's celebrities.
uh-huh, yes, but if it was a bunch of celebrity men celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
I think it wouldn't be so like people would not make it
Oh,
so arduous as women's.
I see. Interesting. That's a interesting point, interesting perspective that maybe if it was a group of men versus a group of women, it wouldn't be as big of a deal.
Yes.
Maybe, maybe. What do you guys think? Rebecca, what do you think?
My point of view, it is more about the business
Yeah.
and who is sponsoring
Mm-hmm.
this tourist travel.
Yeah.
So I do think it is more big that we can imagine. Many big business
Yeah.
and employment is investing hard on it.
Mm-hmm.
So and they always are expecting for a return of the money. So for sure, it
Yes.
is more it is something really well thinking about.
Yes. They are thinking about the return with the money, 100%. I hear you. Horaya, go ahead.
Honestly, I'll say that I believe it's actually an investment in future. It inspires science, creates jobs, and pushes technology forward. Yes, it's expensive now, but so were airplanes once. What seems like luxury today could become normal tomorrow. Instead of calling it waste, we should see it as opening to a new future door.
Yeah. I hear you. That's a great point, Horaya, that we shouldn't be so against it. That we should be open minded. I agree. Yogesh, go ahead.
In my opinion, it depends who has invested in this um, space trip.
True.
If it's personal money, then I think they have the right to choice and they can do anything with that money
True.
because if you talk about doing something for country, I think citizens are already doing much by paying taxes.
Hmm.
So,
I
but
hear you. It
if it
does
was
depend. Do you guys
if
know
it
who sponsored this? It
mhm,
was Jeff Bezos from Amazon. The I don't is he still the CEO, the former CEO? He had Amazon. Jeff
yeah.
Bezos is the one that um, sponsored this, who has billions of dollars. Definitely. Rostine, go ahead.
Yes, so I think it has multiple reasons. First, as you said, Jeff Bezos took those celebrities to a space and sponsored them. My first reason is private companies taking over space tourism. They want to make money from
Yeah.
space tourism, so they set up this kind of events I can call to make money out of it. And
Hmm.
second is basically the two words I think they believe in the US. The society is
Hmm.
made of first the capitalism and the American dream. So capitalism basically means if we have money, you can do whatever you want.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
American dreams, basically means pushing limits and being the first in everything.
Yes.
Um, these are the few reasons, but definitely there are more. I just want to point it out to them.
Hmm.
Point out to them.
I like your point, Rustine. That's a great point that it also depends on the culture of the society that this is happening in. This is happening in the United States where we have a capitalist society and we spend a lot of money on things. I hear you. Sumit, go ahead.
I think, in my opinion, while it's true that space tourism requires lots of resources, I believe it also inspires people and pushes humanity to dream bigger.
Mm.
Sometimes great progress comes from things that seem like a luxury at first. If a space tourism help us explore new possibility, it could be benefit everyone in the long run.
Yes. We have to think about the long term future. That's a pattern that I'm hearing from my friends here. Definitely, we need to consider the future. Okay. Amazing. So then my second question that I had for you guys about it's just about the celebrities being in space. How do you think that these celebrities in space, their image is being influenced by this action? For example, Katy Perry, like I said, with the flower, but also Gail King. So if you watch the video from when they returned, Gail was like, she looked so tired. Katy Perry kissed the ground, like, oh, I love you, Mother Earth. It was kind of like, okay, girl, like, you're having this rich person experience of going to space and being so grateful for your Earth. And it kind of influenced a lot of people's opinion. And if you search right now, Blue Origin space flight, you'll see Katy Perry's like, I'm sorry. Please don't be mean to me. And it's very interesting. So, this space flight has definitely influenced the public's opinion of these celebrities going on this flight. Do you agree that this should be, it's been more of a negative influence, but what do you think about this? Do you think it should be, it wasn't only celebrities, there was an astronaut, there was a pilot, but Katy Perry, a pop singer? Gail King is a journalist. Should we decide who can or can't go to space? What do you guys think? Good questions. So many questions. Hooray, would you like to share? Rebecca, you can go ahead, Rebecca.
I do believe that it's fair enough who can afford this. be able to participate. I mean, for example, we talk a lot about Katy Perry,
Yeah.
of course, because she is really a famous person, but she is a woman, she is a person, she is a mother that also had dreams like we all.
True.
So why not?
Yeah. I hear you. She is still a human that has dreams before she was famous, and maybe now that she has the money, she says, you know what, I'll do it. I hear you. Anybody else? What do you think? Do you think these celebrities should be going to space? Do you think it changes the public's perception of who they are?
I think celebrity joining a space mission is a good thing
Mhm.
because they have a huge platform. When someone famous talk about a space, it's get a lots of people excited who might not usually care about science, so their involvement can
Yeah.
really boost public interest and support for a space exploration.
Mm. Okay, so their influence can boost the public interest and maybe increase the budget and the ability for space exploration. I like that. That's a good point. Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah.
With what's your name? The
Sumit?
classmate Smith? Yeah,
Hmm.
I agree with Sumimi.
That's the thing. We must consider not all the negatives. It's easy to focus on the negatives, but we have to think about the positives that can come from this as well. So even though there's a lot of memes making fun of Katy Perry, we're paying attention to space exploration. And maybe also at the same time saying, hey, let's also think about Earth exploration too. So maybe if these conversations that we're having today happen because of these events. Definitely, definitely. So my other question I wanted to ask you guys was about having the all-female crew. Now, this is the first time they've had an all-female crew since 1963. Why is this so significant to have an all-female crew on this space flight? What does this mean for girls or women in the future? What do you think? Take a moment, it's okay. This was the first flight with all women. They were all celebrities, but they were all women. Do we think we'll see more like this in the future? Or this was one time because it's celebrities and they're rich? What do you think? We've sent women to space before, but not only women. It was always a mix with men as well. What does this mean for women? Let's see. It's a good question. So, take a second and think. Would this affect women's ability to get jobs in a science career? Would this influence girls or women to take part in a science career? If women are like, I want to be an engineer, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a technician, that maybe this will increase women's participation or comfortability in technology fields. Horaya, go ahead.
I think it's a way of like saying, "Hey, we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's let's study and be scientists
Yes.
and be astronauts because the women in this field, of course, it's growing.
Yes.
Every year it's growing because we realized we can do it because
Yeah.
we had space and we had a person that was there, like as a symbol saying that
Yeah.
we could do it. But if you go search, of course, it's gonna be more males
Yeah.
doing it, like more male
Mm-hmm.
scientists, more males astronauts. So I think it's very important that it was a group of only girls,
Mm-hmm.
because you can see like as a symbol that we can do like everything if we want to.
Yeah, definitely. We know that in 2025, we know about gender roles and all these things. We talk about it all the time. But the idea that, of course, women can do the same fields and women can participate in the same things. It doesn't matter how you're born. And so, like we said before, even though Katy Perry, she's a celebrity, she's still a human. She's still a girl, a woman that wanted to go to space. And of course, that shouldn't be restricted. We know it's not restricted to just one gender or another. And so this is just very significant as it's being the first in so long. It should have been before, probably, but there's always better late than never, we say. Horaya, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that when all women went to the space, they showed everyone how brave and strong women are. They proved women can do anything, even jobs that many thought were only for women, that are only for men. Their trip taught us that girls and women never give up.
Mm-hmm.
They can follow their dreams, and they believe that nothing is impossible if they try hard. It
Yeah,
was a powerful lesson that girls can reach the stars too.
definitely. Exactly. I agree, Horaya. Thank you. Rustine, go ahead.
I think this kind of controversial events show how the worldwide culture has changed over like
Yeah.
what 50 years. 50
Yeah,
years is
definitely.
not a lot
Yes.
for these kind of events to happen. Um, so, as someone who has been raised in Islamic
Mm-hmm.
society
Mm-hmm.
like Iran,
Yeah.
so it's these things in our society has been becoming a lot more normal,
Yeah.
and mm, people have a lot. Especially females have a lot more free will than in Iran than like what 50 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely. If you live in Iran, if you live in an Islamic culture, if you live in a culture where things are a little different from the US, that's
Mhm.
okay. And that's things, like you said, have changed so much. And when I respect your opinion 100% because you're living in your country and you see what's happening there. And so you know the changes. And it's really interesting. I
Although
love hearing these perspectives.
Although I must say, the Islamic culture of Iranians have been vanishing in like these recent 10 years
Hmm.
or 20 years when internet became a thing
Yes.
in Iran.
Yes. Exactly. The internet changes everything for every country, and it really affects culture. I agree.
Mhm.
Thank you, Rustine. Malika, would you like to share?
Yes, in my opinion, it's, as you said, it's like a mission like to rise the gender discrimination, if
Mm-hmm.
we can say.
Mm-hmm.
And but for me, I think that if the mission was led, for example, by a woman who is, for example, expert in like science
Yes,
or space exploration, it would be better to
I
rise
agree.
this issue. But for me, in my humble opinion, like a mission led by like celebrity, it's
It
it's not
sends a
good.
different message.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree, Malika. I agree.
Mhm.
When we are sent, if the woman leading, if there was a woman leading this mission that was like a top astronaut, worked so hard in her field really to get this, like that would mean a lot more than a pop singer.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I agree.
Definitely.
I hear you. Anyone else? What do you think? I find it very interesting. Again, in the U.S., uh, the gender norms and roles, they're not so different. It's not like men do this and women do that anymore. Things are a lot more open. at the same time, we still have a lot of traditional values and a lot of different generations that think different ways. So it's really interesting to think about this. I want to ask you guys, would you go to space? If you had the opportunity to go to space, would you?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you afraid of the risks? I'm a little afraid of the risks. What do you think, Yogesh? Tell me.
I think we should not think about risk and go
Yeah,
and enjoy.
true. We should
If
just
we want
go,
to, yeah.
never not think about a risk, just go. I hear you. Mara, what do you think? Oh, go ahead, Yogesh. You can finish. It's okay.
We have to die on Earth also, and we will die on another planet. Doesn't matter.
Correct. We're going to die someday, so maybe die on another planet would be cool. Mara,
Next to the creature.
yeah. Mara, you can go ahead.
So I think I would 100% go
Yeah.
if I had the chance because, like,
Yes, if I get the opportunity to go to the space, I will go definitely because it is an adventurous place and we have to enjoy there. We have to discover new places.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Mara, you can go ahead.
So I think it's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
I would go 100%. I would be very, very happy. Of course, I would be afraid because, like, it's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I think it's gonna be a huge experience
Yes,
for my life. Like,
definitely.
amazing.
I agree. I agree. Anybody else? Would you go to space? Would you do it? Even if it was only 11 minutes? That's the thing. Their flight was 11 minutes. That's so fast. That's crazy. They're in space for like 3 minutes and then they came back. It's like 8 minutes up, 3 minutes there, 3 minutes back. I don't know. It's crazy. Malika, go ahead.
For me, I will not do it because I didn't explore the earth yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still struggling with basics. So if the opportunity comes to me or if I become rich, I will always think that someone else is still struggling with the basics. So better to help
I hear
somebody.
you. I understand what you mean. It's tough. It's hard to put aside what else is going on in the world. Yeah.
Yes.
I think if I had the opportunity, I would go. I would be scared of the risks, but I would still do it because it's once in a lifetime, I'd say. Once in a lifetime opportunity to go to space, even just for a few minutes, to see the Earth from space, to see what space looks like for real through my eyes, would be so cool. That would be amazing. I know that the preparation, like to prepare for going to space, is a lot. And did you guys see, I don't know if you, I just thought about this. It was the International Space Station, the ISS. There were two, I believe, two American astronauts stuck on the International Space Station for a long period of time. Like, they were supposed to be there for like 3 weeks. They were there for like almost 1 year. And it was because there was a problem that they needed to fix. And people were arguing, oh my gosh, they've been in space for so long. The woman looked very skinny and sick almost. And they've been in space. How can they not take them home? How come they can't bring them back? But these celebrities can go to space and back in like 3 seconds. Of course, the rockets and what they're using are not the same. But that is something to also pay attention to, is what's happening on the International Space Station. It's crazy. So I would go to space, but I would definitely be a little fearful. And then once I'd get there, I'd be like, okay, thank God I did it. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm home. And maybe I'd be like Katy Perry and I would kiss the ground. I wouldn't actually do that, but. Mara, go ahead. Would you like to share? All right. Let's see. No worries.
I didn't know it.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. No worries. Sumit, go ahead.
Yes, I would love to go to a space. It would be once in a lifetime experience to see Earth from above and feel what it's like to be weightless.
Yes.
I think it would be completely change the way I see the world.
I agree. Literally, too. Yeah, exactly. I think so, too. I do. Okay, my friends, so think about what's going on in space and what's going on Earth. Wow, crazy things. Maybe we have life on another planet. Maybe we have a microorganism, and it's not really so fun. We can't talk with a microorganism, but that's okay. Someday, maybe they'll find life on another planet. So, my friends, think about it. Think about, is space exploration worth the money? Space exploration versus space tourism, are they the same thing? Exploring for science, exploring for recreation. The money that goes into that. So, my friends, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Think about space and come back and join us on Monday. All right, my friends. Thank you guys for joining today. We had a lot of great conversation. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, Rebecca, I love it. I love it. All right, thank you guys. See you later.